In this video, I'm going to be discussing Atom, which is our text editor that we'll be using to write all of our code for this class. Now, Atom really is just like any other text editor. Technically, you could do all the work that we do in it in, say, Notepad or TextEdit or something like that, but it allows us to basically add these things called packages that extend the functionality of Atom and make it a much more useful piece of software that can do like autofill. It can write a lot of the code for us, and it lets us do some really powerful things. So I'm going to go ahead and download it here and install it. And once you have Atom installed, this is probably what your welcome screen is going to look like. It might look a little bit different, but don't worry about it too much. On the left-hand side, I have three different tabs. I have an untitled document tab, a tab called telemetry consent, and a welcome tab. And on the right-hand side, I have this welcome guide tab. So Atom works on this tab system. So everything that you do in it is going to be opened up as a tab. So just keep that in mind. It's just like a browser. You can close and reopen the tabs at any time. So this welcome guide is just giving us a general overview of what we can do in Atom. And we're just going to close that. Then we have the welcome screen. I can turn that off, but it's just a simple, welcome to Atom. And then this telemetry consent page is asking me if I want to send usage stats to Atom to help them basically improve their software. I'm going to say no. And now I just have a regular text document, just called an untitled. And here's the line I'm on, 1. And as you see, it works just like any other text editor, right? Pretty simple. So the first thing we're going to do in Atom is actually add some packages. If we go up to this packages menu, we can see there's a bunch of built-in packages. These are kind of like plugins or extensions to Atom. So for instance, we have spell check. So that's built in. We have Markdown Preview, and that's built in as well. We need to add some extra ones just for this class. So I'm going to go to Atom and then Preferences. Might be in a slightly different place on Windows, but just find the Preferences menu and see the settings window will open up as its own tab. We have some basic settings in here. I'm not going to mess with really any of those. I'm going to go down to Install, and Install is going to let you find packages and install these packages. So the first thing I want to use is a package called HTML Preview. So Atom HTML Preview, this is how many downloads it has. Go ahead and click Install. Color Picker. It's even telling us how to use it right here. And that should be good enough to start. We might also want to do Atom Beautify, which just basically makes your text look a little bit better. I'll show you how to use that later. So I'm just installing all of those, and I have this untitled document open. I'm going to go File, Save As, and just save this to my desktop. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'll call this folder like Atom Project or something like that. And I'm going to give this file a name. I'm going to call it My First HTML. And I'm going to give it a .html extension. So I could have said it was a .txt or a doc or something, but I'm going to call it a .html. So hypertext markup language. I'm going to hit save. And now it's created our first project. So projects basically are just a way of viewing content within a folder, and this is the only thing we have in that folder. So we're good to go. Basically, this has set up the Atom project. So if I make another document, so I'm going to say new file, and I save that one, and I call it my first css.css, that will also appear in my project. And at any time, if I close out of these, I can always reopen them just by clicking here. So that's basically it for setting up Atom, and we're going to get into its functionality in the next video.